So here we go. It all starts with gray. Almost every artist has a favorite color. Mine is cold gray. And if you look at the reference I chose, you may see that this is actually a pretty full reference. Like there are many things happening in this picture. And this is a separate skill to be able to work with references. And I think I will make a separate video about it. I mean, you see, I'm not kind of working very precisely because I know I will smudge it all anyway, so who cares? This is our sketch, and now let's add the main colors. White is never white, and black is never just black. There are always other colors there, so I just start with light blue, gray, something in between. And I also use the same color for the sky, just to combine this all. Here I can already add some, what is it? It's white, yes. As you can see, it was a little bit dirty, so I have some black in here, but who cares? We'll smudge it anyways. Also a bit of blue to this side, since it's more in the shadow. I also see some kind of violets there, I think. Maybe this was too dark. I will see it as soon as I smudge it all, which is very soon. And we also have a nice hint of kind of rosé, I think, or peachy. Yeah, rosé, peachy color. And also the river has to get a little bit darker. I mean, way darker, like a lot darker. Yeah, we are slowly getting there. I mean, oh, this is warm brown. Yes, my paintings always look that chaotic. So happy that you're here to witness the way I work in real life. I think we're done with our pre-sketch. Yes, here is a house. I have not forgotten it, but it will come later. Okay, let's just add like some kind of spot, dot. And now let's blend. Also here some brown from the river is coming to the snow. This is absolutely no problem at all because we will be adding more layers to the snow, and this combination of colors is still beautiful. I just make sure that I blend my light colors first, and then I go to the river, because otherwise it will all look just muddy. Look how much material has collected here. Let's clean it off and put it back in place. Yeah, looks nice. Now let's do the trees, more trees. Here I want to connect this peachy line with the rest of the sky, but I want this peachy line to still be recognizable as a peachy line. So I'm only blending a little bit. Oh, some of the peach just landed on the top of the sky, but I think it's fine. It's kind of the light which comes from here to here, so it all feels natural for me. What I see now is that trees in the background need more blue since they are in the background. And as you know, things which are far away from us are always looking kind of more blue due to the air perspective. This is nice. This is the way I wanted it to be. Now we have the river. Blend a little bit more. This is actually very meditating. So if you're at home and you are doing art and you want something to relax, some slow art, go for oil pastels, since they give you time to just think about life and stuff while you blend and blend and blend. Here I see that the river is absolutely not where it should be value-wise. Let's make this river way darker. Maybe I'll even have to use black. Oh, I am already using black. I have said previously, black is never just black. Let's stick to it. Let's add some blue and maybe some brown again. Oh, it definitely needs more brown. I can smell it. Where's the brown? And here is the classical problem of oil pastels. I never put them back in place and then I can never find the right colors. Okay, here it is. And the river already looks nice. Let's highlight these pieces of snow and ice on the river. And this, oh Jesus, this is what happens when you don't clean your palette knife properly. Let's just ignore this spot of green and pretend it never happened, okay? As you can see, the white is not looking boring now because we have a beautiful underlayer which is very colored, and while smudging you will always scratch some white off so that this underlayer will come through your painting, and I love that. We also could add some edge here, kind of the shadow at the shore. Also, never leave your strokes like this. At least tap a little bit or smudge them a bit, because if you smudge everything and then add a stroke which is not smudged, it will be seen very, very strongly, because it will look different from all the other parts of your painting, try to avoid that. Now let's finish this side. Okay, we need way more white. I'm ready to use my soft tip. I will even use a fresh one because we're working with snow here. I'm just trying to look at the reference and see colors, like what is hiding in there. Okay, this violet was a mistake. I mean, it was not a mistake, but it was too much violet. Perfect moment to just scratch it off, like, come on, violet, you have to go. Goodbye. You see things like that happen with oil pastels, but you can fix them in like 2 seconds, which is very nice. I mean, if we talk about watercolors and fixing mistakes with watercolors, well, the only way to fix a mistake with watercolor is to start a new painting. And this is pretty hard, especially for beginners. Enjoy your life with oil pastels. Don't ruin your nerves with watercolors. Although I plan on making videos about watercolors next year. So if you are interested in that art material as well, follow along. And even if you are not interested, still follow along. I share a lot of nice artsy stuff on my channel. Okay, enough promotion, let's return to the trees. Here I'm just kind of putting my dirty palette knife on the picture and praying that something nice comes out of it. Let's see. This could potentially be a tree, but it has to be darker. It definitely has to be darker. Let's add some black and blue. I'm basically using the same colors I used in the river so that everything is connected. And here I smudge it in different directions, kind of trying to give it more shape. I'm not planning it all, I'm just letting things happen here at this point. And I think this gives this landscape kind of beauty, unintentional beauty, and I love it. Here, my eyes want to see the trees. I will draw these trees. I will not just let them happen this time. Wildly rotating the oil pastel stick in my hand. Because if you hold your oil pastel stick like this, your line will be very controlled and it will probably look very intentional. And intentional things mostly don't look nice in landscapes. Of course, we do not forget to smudge. Here, more details. You see, I'm just experimenting and seeing what looks nice in the end. And here I want to add this element of the bush, which is full with snow and things, and it's just hanging to the water. I love this element. As you can see, I've ignored all the trees, which we see in the reference here, because I think they will just make the picture too full. Also, don't forget to scratch away things which do not work for you. I also like this reflection of the sky. I would love to implement it a little bit more. Here I am smudging very, very gently, like this. Let's just make these trees there a little bit fuller. These trees are kind of so dark in comparison to everything I see on the reference. Oh, and this piece needs more white. Here, some more volume. I don't want to mix these parts too much because I want this feeling of the snow, which is thick and lying there. I know we also said something about a house, but first let's intensify the sky. I am just scratching through. It already looks like a house. Darkness under the roof. And let's tap it. And to implement it a little bit more into the whole composition, I'll add some blues here, some blacks here. Now that's a little bit tricky because this house is kind of very tiny, but it's manageable. Okay, looks like a house. I want to highlight that the snow is kind of falling down, like this. I need one more thing to make this drawing more lively. First of all, we need a window. And second of all, I want to see some smoke coming from this house. Like this. Of course, we have to blend the smoke, because otherwise it looks horrendous. So, this is the final piece. It took me about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I have no idea how long. It felt like 5, to be honest, so if you want to meditate and spend your time with something fun, try out oil pastels. I hope this video helped you to understand the basics of oil pastels, some techniques, how to work with a palette knife and oil pastels, and I also hope that this video inspired you to try oil pastels for yourself. Stick to my channel, follow along, see you in the next videos. Oh, and write your comments, your ideas, your thoughts and your questions in the comments. I'll be happy to communicate with you. Yeah, see you later. Bye!